We've just got done airing down because we have picked up a rough road. We are on the Arizona Peace Trail. We're going to be taking it down to the Sonoran Desert Traverse, basically doing a mixture of the two as we head west into California. The reason we're going to California is we're taking this little guy to Disney. Should be a good week ahead of us. I think it'll take us a few days to get to Disney, but I think he's going to enjoy the camping just as much. He loves just being outside, and right now he's collecting rocks. This is what he does at camp. He just loves doing stuff like this. Come on. Let's leave your rocks. Let's get going. You ready? Let's go camping. Road it's flat, but it keeps having big whoops in it, and every time we go over a whoop he cracks up behind me. He loves it, which is encouraging me to take the whoops faster, and I may have gone a little bit over the top on one of them, and my suspension, if I want to do this, I need to toughen up. I need to firmen up the suspension. Oh. This route was actually recommended by my buddy Matt over at Overland Adventures. He sent me a link to the GPX file for it. So I downloaded it to my computer and then uploaded it to Onyx, who are the sponsor of this video. It's what I'm using to navigate. It's a great mapping app, and uploaded it just by dragging and dropping to the upload section, put it in its own folder. That way when I'm done with it I can hide it easily and I don't have to have this big red streak going across my map. I like to keep it clean on my maps while I'm trying to navigate. And also put a link to Onyx so you can go check it out. You can get 20% off when you use my link or my discount code. We've just come up to a random, it says cabin. There's not a whole lot of information about this cabin, but apparently you can stay in it on a first come, first served basis. I don't see how you get in. I also don't see it being pretty popular. Looks like it's all shut up. Maybe it's fully booked for tonight. Well, it's not as grim or creepy as I thought it was going to be in here. There is a bed. There's actually two beds, one there, and then a fireplace for your comfort. I guess if you end up wanting to sleep in here, you can, and if it's cold, you can light the fire. And then we've got a shelf full of supplies. There are a lot of candles, Also looks like we've got some chili beans if you want them. Whoever was here last time saved us some corned beef if you want it. Let's see. Oh, it's good until 2026. Oh, the door just shut. That is creepy. There's also some light reading here if you want to read the American Medical Association Home Medical Encyclopedia. What are you doing with the first aid kit? Where are you going with that? Oh, you put it back? Thankfully we've got our own bed, so we don't have to sleep in the one in the cabin. So we're gonna set up out here. I was gonna put us in the shade behind the cabin, but there's a huge wasp nest on the side. So I moved a little further away. I'm gonna set up here. And we've got the awning, so we'll have plenty of shade. And this is a great opportunity to try out a new Amazon purchase that I just got. Really excited to use it, because it's really hot. See what I bought? So inside this little box is a mister with little ties, and then a little battery powered rechargeable pump. So this is going to be a little thing to help cool us off. And in the bottom are a bunch of little clips that you can put onto the mister. So I figured I can clip it along the edge of the top here, and we'll get a nice spray on us. Okay, so the spray from these is really nice. It's on the lowest setting right now. It's got 4 speeds, and it's kind of just blowing down to where we're on the picnic mat. Feels really good, especially in this heat. When you get it up to the highest speed, like it pumps out a ton of water, but I also think it's probably going to go through a ton of water, which is why I've just left it on the lowest setting. It's just kind of gently misting us. I do have a lot of water in the back, about 13 gallons in the alley cab. It also doesn't help when you have a toddler that's constantly playing in the water bucket and spilling it all over himself. Probably feels good now that he's soaking wet, but it does mean he used a lot of the water up already. But yeah, I like this. I'm glad I got it. It takes up very little space. So I'll put a link to it in the description so you can check it out. Another rock, stones. It's amazing how quickly it's warmed up this morning. It's currently 26 degrees Celsius, 79 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm sweating. So we're gonna start up the air-conditioned vehicle, start our drive. One of the things that's amazed me about this desert is the smell. Every time I get out the vehicle to set up the camera, it's very floral smelling. It's like I'm in a flower shop or something. And looking around, you know, there's not a lot of flowers. All the ocotillo are blooming, and then there's flowers at the top of all the different cactuses or cacti or whatever I'm supposed to say there. But the smell is way stronger than I thought it would be for those few flowers that I can see. Like I say, it's kind of, maybe it's like I'm walking past a flower shop. It's surprisingly strong. We just turned off the main route to do a little side trail that is recommended both on Onyx and by Matt, who told me that it's worth coming down here because there's spectacular views and some great campsites along the way. Well, this is definitely a beautiful spot, and we decided to stop here for lunch. However, as soon as I stepped outside to start setting up the awning, I was immediately bothered by all those tiny little flies flying in my face. So I knew there was no way my son could deal with it. So we popped up the back instead, and we're just hanging out here, got the extraction fan going to try and get some cool air in here. It is still quite hot in here, so I put up the Claymore. I think I'm gonna get some more fans as well, the ones that permanently attach to the bottom of the access panel in here. That way I can have something that's hardwired and maybe blows a little more air. But anyway, we'll get on and eat. Coming out of the canyon, I noticed an abandoned looking vehicle, so slowed down to check it out. He seemed like a nice guy. You never know when you come across people out here. I was looking close because I wanted to make sure there was someone, you know, see if people were okay in there, but you never know. Some people are just out to get away and, you know, work or hike, camp, and they're the normal people. And then there's the people who kind of, they live like this. And sometimes you want to avoid them. But yeah, I was going past slowly and peering in because I wanted to make sure they were okay. But at the same time, didn't really want to get out, especially with my son here. So glad he was okay. He seems like he's enjoying it. He was just saying that he's been hiking up the tops here, and there's a bunch of wild sheep out here, and he's just working. It's just I've got one bar of Verizon here. He said his hotspot and his antenna. I mean, he's got enough to work, so that's cool. He also said I'm the first person to come by in 3 days, so I'll say this place does not get a lot of traffic. I really can't get over all the smells out here. You know, first it smelled like flowers, and now this afternoon it smells like old lady perfume, but not the kind of old lady perfume where she bathes in it. It's just very, very subtle old lady perfume. I don't know what it is, but there's lots of smells out. It's always very floral out here. As I was crossing the Ehrenberg Sand Bowl OHV area, I realized I was approaching California, and this would be my last chance to fill up with gas in Arizona. I used the drone to check the prices and scout out a way out of the open riding area. Following the Colorado River, I started looking for a place to camp. There were a few riverside sites, but nothing that wasn't either right on the road, taken, or not suitable for a toddler. I continued the hunt by turning back into Arizona and heading out onto BLM land. Thankfully, it's cooled down a little bit. It's now only about 36 degrees Celsius, around 96 Fahrenheit. So it's stinking hot. But there's a good breeze. We've got the misters going. There's no little flies here driving him nuts. Actually feels good with the misters on us. Now all I need to do is get this guy some dinner. Want some mac and cheese? Yes, he does. Really need to figure out a way to get this hose hooked up to the water outlet on the back of the Alu cab. Right now I keep having to refill the bucket, and it's not using a whole lot. Like, I'm looking at the Redoc app that I've got here. This shows me how much water's left in the tank, and it still says it's full, so it's still close to the top. But I'll keep an eye on that. Seems to be going down really slow, but I don't care. I'll use it all to keep cool.